Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you some sensory stocking stuffers that we got Kaidynce for Christmas. So the first thing that we got, these are kind of like the Play-Doh, but they're play foam, and they're like kind of like little beads, and so they're different colors and you can mash them all together. You can, just like with the Play-Doh, you can create different shapes and stuff like that, but it's the texture that I'm really looking for. This has a different texture than Play-Doh, and so it's like the little beads, kind of like sand, so that's supposed to help with feeding therapy. The other thing that we got her is finger paints. And this is like squishy, cold, and wet, and so this is supposed to help again with the oral therapy. It's to introduce different textures so that she's feeling it, she's making art, she's playing, so that she has like a positive response and a positive, I guess like a positive experience with the different textures. And so when she feels something when she's eating that's similar to this, it won't freak her out and she won't have the aversion, like where she doesn't want to eat it. So she'll remember, hopefully, and this is the idea, is that she'll remember the experience that she had with this and it'll be able to be a positive one. To go along with that, we just got her some crayons because she likes to take like our pens and stuff, and then a big pad so that she can do the coloring and the finger paints on this too. The next thing that we got, oh, and I forgot to show you guys too, with the foam, we got her Play-Doh. Even though they're both kind of like the same thing where you can like shape them and play, you know, make shapes and everything like that with them, the Play-Doh has a different texture than the foam does. And so what I'm trying to do is introduce a bunch of different textures so that every day of the week she has something new to play with and a new texture to introduce her to, because all of these go back to the oral aversion that she has. So the more textures that she's introduced to, the more textures that she'll remember and she'll get familiar with, and the more, the idea is, the more that she'll want to eat and be willing to put in her mouth, chew, and swallow. So those are a few of the things that we got just to help her through play. The next thing that we got her, just to familiarize her with the different foods and stuff, is a little grocery basket. And this comes with, let's see, with just like different kinds of fruits and vegetables. And if you can see, the cool thing is that they split apart, so you can actually unclick them and click them back together, so you could pretend like you're cutting food, things like that. So we should have a good time playing with this kind of stuff, and this familiarizes her with all the different foods that we want her to eat. So she'll be familiar with what they look like and stuff like that. And then the last two things that we got, one of them is a vibrating toothbrush. And this, she has that little banana toothbrush, and we brush her teeth twice a day. That one doesn't vibrate, but I was told by our occupational therapist that a good thing to do would be to introduce like the vibration of the toothbrush, because that will just help to desensitize her mouth when we're, you know, trying to introduce like the different textures. The biggest thing is like a texture aversion. So if she feels something that's weird in her mouth, she'll spit it out. And so the idea behind the vibrating toothbrush is to do this twice a day. The stimulation that you get from the vibration is what's supposed to help desensitize it. And then going along with like all of the other texturized like play stuff that we got, that should really help with the oral aversion and just getting her used to the different textures. That's the main goal, is just getting her used to and desensitized to all of the different textures, because what happens is when she tries something new or a texture that she's never had, it's overwhelming to her and she basically will shut down and doesn't want to take it. So that was a good suggestion, so hopefully she likes that. And then the next thing that we got is it's a massager, but it looks like a little froggy, and it's basically the same idea as the toothbrush, but you use this on the body. So yeah, that's everything that we got her sensory wise for her stocking stuffers. I hope that this video helps another family out, if you guys are looking for sensory tips, or if anybody has a similar situation as Kaidynce, where they have trouble eating, or maybe they're a picky eater, because these kind of things help picky eaters as well. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Merry Christmas. Bye.